brethren in battle!
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today on Retro, it's going to be an incredible epic level PvZ sent to me by RJB. It's going to be Motive and Killer. Top left is going to be Killer. He is our red Zerg player. And the top right, it's going to be Motive, who is our blue Protoss here today. Pretty evenly matched, which leads to epic games. But sometimes it's not evenly matched and it's an epic game, like Noel versus Soma that I posted yesterday, or maybe the day before yesterday. I don't know. Time is a flat circle, man. I don't know when anything has happened ever since COVID, and I feel like other people agree with me. So they are chatting up a storm here in Korean. So hatch firsting, are we going to be Killer on this giant 4-player map? The probe is going to, I think it's going to scout clockwise here. And I think it's going to be a Forge Expand. Yeah, so Forge Expand versus a hatch first is not very good for the Protoss. But it's a roll of the dice, right? Unless you scout. And it's going to be a gateway. All right, man. So gateway opening versus a pool first. Motive, you cannot win right now, can ya? Can ya? You cannot win. They are chatting up a storm. You guys, we are trying to play StarCraft here. It is not time to sit and gossip about how Flash is back on the ladder. Goodness. Goodness, no. Okay, I think maybe we're taking it seriously now. So anyway, it was an overpool, not a crazy pool first play here from Killer. Just normal stuff. And what do we got, friends? What is the play gonna be? This is kind of messing up the pathing on these minerals a bit, isn't it? That pool location, but it does block Zealots from getting in here. And it is a counterclockwise scout here for Motive, so I was right about one thing today. I was wrong about everything else so far, but that's okay. Hatch coming up, but there will be Lings to defend it against the Zealots. And guess what? There's a Zealot on the way. His name is Robert. He is available on t-shirts and on mugs at falconpaladin.store. Had somebody ask me the other day, do you really have coffee mugs and t-shirts and hoodies and stuff? And I was like, yeah, man. And I gave him a link. It's falconpaladin.store. Ka-chow. So Probe comes in, sees the hatch, sees it's not a hatch first, says, well, we could be annoying anyway with the Zealot. I mean, there's no reason to go home now. There might be enough Lings to kill me, but, could be worse. I should go home. Never mind. Or maybe just group up with second Zealot here. Oh, really wants a fast third base. And, okay, yeah, that probe has to get out of here. Actually, hang on. Then throws down the pylon block. Okay, Protoss, super crazy annoying stuff here. Can you kill this? Okay, maybe don't fight here, though. Ling, go for the scout. Go for the scout. Nice. Ling gets a perfect scout off here, too. Sees there is no gas yet and says, okay, this is a lot of Zealots. Oh, my gosh, he just threw up the hatch here. Instead, he's going to put a second one here. Going to use that as a macro hatch, but he really wanted to get some income from this third base as soon as possible. So he sees the gas timing here at 3:30 and says, Also, might get a probe kill? Guy. Might get a probe kill. Get him. Get him. Does not. That's okay. So a bunch of Lings are out. No big deal. Curious to see when this is actually going to come up here, that third base. First 100 gas goes to a lair. Second 100 gas going to go to metabolic boost, most likely. But I mean, yeah. I mean, we're just getting... Okay, what is this from Motive? The man does not have a cyber core yet. What is he doing? He goes gate, expand, forge. He's just getting a ton of... He is worried about getting Ling flooded, is what this is. This is like, I don't need Dragoons. I don't need Stargate. I need Lings or Zealots. And I need cannons. That's what this is. And like, okay, in fairness, I guess there are 6 Lings out there. And I guess they're kind of threatening. But yeah, that Cyber Core timing is like, you know what? I might be able to get some Mutas out before Corsairs even start showing up. But I don't know. Stargate doesn't take that long to build compared to the Spire. The Spire hasn't even started yet. So yeah, this is just going to be a time where we're not going to get Scourge out, or Corsairs out before Scourge like a long time before Scourge. Yeah, look at this cannon. Motive is crazy worried about some kind of a Ling bust here. That is not happening, sir. You knew he was trying to get a third base. I guess checking to see if there is a third base would be nice. You could have just, you know, canceled that. Metabolic Boost is finishing up. Spire is on the way. And guess what it is? It's a Stargate. All right, so Stargate coming in next. Here from our dude. And Probe really wants to scout that. No, doesn't scout a Hydroden because there isn't one. Doesn't scout the Spire because that's at the back of the mineral line. And so far so good, I want to say here, out of Killer. Finally taking his actual third base. Macro Hatch is nice, but I want to get that after you get your third, generally speaking. So, let's see here. Stargate, yeah, I mean, Stargate finishing up. Spire close to finishing up. This is actually lining up pretty nicely for both players. Killer did not rush to get into that Spire. He's like, meh, not really planning on anything here. Citadel Abadoon coming in next for Motive. He's got a lot of Zealots. You might as well give those boys legs. I believe that is said in the StarCraft manual. If you read it on page 27, it says, if you got a lot of Zealots, you might as well get those boys legs. It's a quote from Chris Metzen, actually. There you go. Leg enhancements coming in. Scourge coming in. Corsair is out. And yeah, this is lining up quite nicely, right? This is generally the Corsair shows up a little bit before the Scourge do. But the Scourge is showing up here at a time. There you go. This Corsair's in trouble, man. There you go. Nice juke, though. Oh, took a hit anyway. I thought that was a nice juke, but it wasn't a nice juke. So it's the same move speed. Wikipedia says that Corsairs and Scourge have the exact same move speed, okay? This Zealot is just here to scout. He's just using his HP to get down here because probes couldn't do it. Okay, but honestly, okay. Could have got around him and killed him before he got back here into this annoying position, but just not the greatest micro there from Killer, unfortunately. Okay, so he gets wiped. Big old, wow. We're not even waiting for Zealot legs here, but Sunken up, Sim City, bunch of Lings. Yeah, if that Sunken wasn't there, they would have gone for that. They want to fight without the Sunken? Okay, Killer does have a surprising number of Lings right now, all things considered. Okay, one Zealot. Okay, another Zealot's going to die, but now we top of the rampant, and now the Lings shouldn't engage here at all. Unless they're allowed to slip past them. They were not, so never mind. Zealots, boop, top of the rampant, and then keep running. Templar Archives coming in. He's like, well, I mean, doesn't matter what the Zerg player is doing. I might as well get some Storm. The man is making Mutalisks. Falcon will hold his tongue. We are making Mutalisks here. It is a +1 Corsair opening here in this PVZ. We'll see how the Scourge control is, how the Muta control is, how the Corsair control is, and we'll see when our guy Killer wants to get a 4th base. Probably itching at the back of his mind right now. 4th base probably now would be good. Probably now would be good. Yeah, sorry for the sniffles. I'm a bit under the weather. I think I'm almost back to 100%, hopefully by tomorrow, but blah, 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 blah. Illnesses. Get it from the kids, dude. They go to school, they pick illnesses up, they bring them home. Bad times for all. Not as bad a time as that Zealot had, though. He is dead, although he shall be reincarnated as a Dragoon. As Dragoon production should begin as soon as we start seeing Lurkers. And Hydroden, maybe? Of course, that would require Hydroden. And there is one! Hooray! Hydroden is there. We will see if Lurker aspect gets researched. I don't know that I've cast a PVZ that went past 15 minutes where there was no Lurker aspect. I probably have. Like, probably on Outsider, right? Where the map kind of encourages Protoss to go carriers. And in that case, having Lurkers isn't particularly good. But that map is good for Lurkers sitting on the other side of mineral lines and killing probes that are working at these mineral lines. So Lurkers are actually pretty popular on Outsider anyway for different reasons. Yeah, I don't know. Lurker, a balanced part of this nutritious breakfast for Zergs. Corsairs doing their thing. That real-time lighting is on. Raw, kind of blindingly on right now. Their +1 attack is finished. They're feeling smart and fancy. And a 4th base finally gets started down bottom left here from Killer at sub 10 minutes on that one. Okay, bunch of Hydras out. Scary. Lurker aspect coming in. Scary, but guess what? Storm's on the way. Storm is the way to deal with all of that. Protoss buddies. Okay, good snipe on that probe. Took a hit from a Corsair or 2 or 6. Okay, take way more than that. And nice micro. Not allowing those Scourge to get connections at all. Also good micro from Killer, not overextending there and trying to get those Corsairs and then like, getting dragged into cannons and dying. So that was nice from both sides. Pretty good. Maybe a few extra hits taken there by the mutas that were unnecessary, but whatevs. Evolution Chamber. Upgrades are good. A triple Evo coming in from Killer. You know how I love a triple Evo situation. Almost as much as Savior Sword loves a good triple Forge play during our Sunday streams. If you haven't watched the Sunday streams, you should. They're fun. They started about 9 or 10 a.m. Eastern in the United States, which is, I don't know, like 7 p.m. in Europe for you guys. But we do user-submitted replays. We play live games with viewers like you. Nice Corsair connections just here on this channel every Sunday. If you ever wonder, like, why doesn't Falcon post a VOD on Sunday? I totally do. It is called the Falcon Sunday Brood War stream. People send me their replays to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Brood War. I cast them. We have a good time with that stuff. We do bets. It's like, bet who's going to win this one? And people can bet, especially if they're on Twitch. There's a good betting system out there. But you can vote on YouTube anyway. But yeah, check it out. All right, what do we got? We're just trying to set up a third base here. Motive is Lurkers are coming in. Dragoons, see? Dragoons start getting produced when the Lurkers are becoming a threat. And Motive has read this well. Now, there has not been a lot of damage done to the Zerg player in the first 11.5 minutes, which does not bode well for the Protoss. However, the Protoss has Psionic Storm. So, we'll see how that helps him. Also, Reavers would be good. The later the game goes on against Zerg, the more you want some Reavers. Some people get them earlier. I'm looking at you, Snow. Some people get them later. But Reavers, by the time the 20-minute mark hits in a game, is going to be good stuff. Queen's Nest coming in, Kidder and Amulet getting researched. And speaking of Protoss, Snow is on a tear right now. Man, he just had a Pro League thing that he just went through. And just, like, did not drop a map against players like Royal, like Light, like Sulky, like Soma. I mean, Rush, he is on fire. If, you know, Snow wins this first SSL, which is really just ASL 18, I will not be surprised. We talk about that stuff in the Discord server. RJB comes in with results from pro tournaments all the time. So join the Discord server if you want to talk about StarCraft with people who also love StarCraft like you. If you're watching StarCraft in, 2024, you're a StarCraft fan. You are legit. Don't let anybody tell you you're a poser, man. I don't know who would actually do that. But yeah, if you need the link to the Discord server, check the description or ask me for one. I'll give you one in the comments here because I read every comment. All right, I mean, look, high ground, lurkers, mutas, sunkens, hydras. You're not busting up this ramp. You're not. Look at the split on these lurkers too. Motive decides, fine, I'll take a quick fourth base then. And I shall defend it with a bunch of zealots, which doesn't seem super defended until some cannons come up. Are you really coming up this ramp? Yeah, he tries to storm two lurkers at once. Can't quite do it because the split is too good. But then another storm comes in and wipes it out just a little bit further forward. Still lurkers here. Laying, checking to make sure no expansions down this way. But surprise! Quelle surprise there at the 12 o'clock. Scourge. No. Scourge chasing. No connection there at all. Connections on observers would be good here too. Killer's coming down from the other side. Trying to flank a little bit here, but Motive's got some units, and it looks like who's doing the flanking now is Motive. But yeah, Ling Hydra Lurker against a non-splash damage army. Gonna trade pretty well, but guess what? There was some splash damage there. So Motive is A-okay. Just fell back so the High Templar would get some stuff done. Dude, this is really, really vulnerable. And I don't think Killer knows about it. Killer is just not aware that there is a base here. And now it's going to be really hard to take with all those cannons and coming up the ramp. Motive still trying to put some pressure up here. Killer needs to take this base now in response to this fourth base of Motive. Motive continuing to just rock upgrades here. He's got 9 gates inside his main base with the 10th one at the natural. Probably, oh yeah, see now you show up with lurkers. Way too late for that, bro. Way too late for that. Okay, these guys are just taking spine hits for absolutely no reason. None. I don't think you were necessary to save the space from the 4 lings that just tried to kill it. Okay, really, we're just, okay, just taking lurker hits. I guess they had an obs that time, so taking lurker hits in pursuit of killing lurkers is also okay. Defiler round coming in. Adrenal's almost done. Good. Killer prioritizing Adrenal a little bit more than some Zergs I've cast recently. I appreciate that from him. And I just keep kind of glancing up at that production tab to see if we're getting anything to do with Reavers. And the answer so far is no. Obviously, we have the Robo because we have Obs. Why do you keep sacking Lings up this ramp? I guess for scouting purposes, but just send an Overlord right here. Just pop it right there. You can see it's Zealots, 1 High Templar, and a bunch of cannons, which means you need Dark Swarm. Consume is on the way. As soon as the Defiler Mound is complete, that is happening. Ah, Protoss is firing up a robotic support bay. All right, Motive, we got this. We are doing this. Everything is A-OK for my Protoss friends. Yeah, I thought about expanding to the 6 o'clock here. Motive did. No, that did not work out for him. He has to run with his drone, but dude, Motive's over here too. Okay, Motive has the upper hand, folks. Motive is expanding here. He's denying bases down to the 6 o'clock here from Killer. He's killing lurkers. Lone Hydralisks are getting murdered in the streets. Oh, excuse me again. All right, where's my water? All right, water. We good. We're fine. Everything's great. All right, so once Consume is done, we know what happens. These lurkers actually managed to sneak around. Okay, do we have enough storms to deal with these lurks? The answer is no. Actually, almost. Really close. But whatever. Enough to buy some time for more storms to come in and more Dragoons and wipe that thing. That was cute by Killer, but really not that impressive. Observer perfectly spots this move out by Killer with his Adrenalings. Ooh, drops coming in. You know how much Falcon loves drops from Zerg. We don't see it very much, but I do feel like it's always really effective when it's used. I mean, I guess sometimes we do see drops where you just drop into a situation where there's 8,000 storms. Kind of like this, but without the dropping. Okay, good Archon snipe there. And yeah, like, Overlords will come in, and where they're unloading just gets infinitely stormed and everything dies, and it's just a complete fail. So sometimes that happens. I'm not saying that drops are overpowered and never fail, but they certainly do sometimes. All right, 198 to 182 supply here. Motive is up. Trying to just have a million lurkers, unsupported lurkers over here, but I guess it's sort of working out. They've got 2 attack upgrades. 2-2 here for the gateway units is also fine. Hydra is trying to deal with the Corsairs that are still flying around. They're okay for themselves. One of them's got 2 kills. I mean, a bunch of them have absolutely no kills at all. Oh, Corsairs are going to die in pursuit of killing Overlords. I don't think that's the greatest use of your talent. Ah, the Storm helps kill them too. Ah, it's an inside job. Motive's High Templar had a beef against those Corsairs and helped kill them. They were probably going to die anyway, so the Corsair ball is dead. Which means you could very sneakily switch into a ton of Mutalisks here. Try to fly around and pick off High Templar and stuff. But the Archon count's getting a little bit hefty, and in that situation, the Mutas aren't as good. So Dark Swarm is done. Plague is almost done. Reavers have joined the party. Right up here, these chunky Caterpillar boys are here defending. And cannons, Reavers and High Templar with some Zealots on high ground. That is almost impossible to break from the low ground for a Zerg player, so this is why drops are going to be good, right? We'll see if drops are actually used or not. High Templar sniping. Yeah, I mean, getting sniped. Those Hydras all knew they were dead, but they were willing to take out that High Templar anyway. Okay, base 6 o'clock is back from Killer. But we've just split the map in half, sir. Splitting the map in half is not how you defeat a Protoss opponent, and never has been. Technically, Motive doesn't have this yet, so Killer is a base up. But I mean, come on. How hard is it to take this base when you have the natural, you know? Not that difficult, I always say. And actually throwing up a hatch at this center, which isn't a base. It's just a bunch of mineral fields that have 1,000 minerals in them. But okay, I guess we'll take those anyway. Ling Hydra. Where's our spell? There's a Plague. I'm like, where the heck is the spell casting? And there it is. Double Plague on the gateway units, not on the Archons. Ling's flopping it. Nicely done by the Lings, getting on top of those Dragoons. Not trying to attack the Archons, who are really feasting right now. 14 kills. 10 kills. Again, some of those kill counts can come from when they are High Templar. But I bet a couple of the kills at least are from when they're Archons. Because Archons, when there are Lings running around, are pretty feisty, pretty effective. You're just gonna fly this shuttle right over? Okay. I mean, that was a little bit risky by Motive, but I mean, there wasn't any kind of a response here really from the Zerg, so it works out in the end. This Observer is really worth its weight in gold right now. It is just checking out what's going on here, sees the number of defilers and lurkers, says, okay, Reavers, Archons, all this stuff's going to be good against these lurks. This is Killer investing a lot into it, and here comes some Dropper Lords. They have drops enabled and researched, but I don't know if they're going to actually load anything up here. Man, the Plague placements have been pretty good here. And then he plagues 4 Archons, but he's catching a bunch of Zealots with it, so I'm going to allow it right now. This is good stuff for Motive, and he is expanding bottom right here too. So this is split map in half. Motive feeling good. Feeling really, really good about how all this is working out for him. Flings, Lurkers, Hydras, busting up at the 12 o'clock here. Storming the ramp. Okay, Dark Swarm. The Zealots do not care about it. Neither does the Storm. The cannons are negated, but like everything else here is just fine. Nice plague on those Reavers, though. That is exactly how you want to start your assault into a base like this that is impervious. Have the High Templar use all its Storm, plague the Reavers, and then maybe you can come back in and get something done. This is just so scrappy out in the middle of the map here. Like, you're trying to dodge storms, trying to pick off individual Archons, running back through storms a little bit after initially dodging them. Yeah, these Archons do not trade very well against Hydras in general. Nice plague again there. Defiler. God, this whole weird position. Throwing some Sunkens here would be kind of interesting. But that hatch is probably going to die unless these reinforcements from the bottom left can actually save it. My gosh. Yeah, just Archon Ball with Storm against running in Cracklings? No. That's not going to work out. That's not going to work out for you at all. Killer has to get something done here. Killer is desperate. He needs to kill a base and probably take it for himself, but he's just futzing around out here on the middle of the map because Motive's doing a great job holding from this position. And by that, I mean he just lost a Reaver. And he's... Oh, that guy just had another Storm. 9-kill High Templar. And a lot of that is Hydralisk blood. That is some cost-efficient play for sure. So look, having these minerals here kind of messes up the equation, right? It's a... Ooh, I'm getting a Greater Spire. I'm distracted by the Greater Spire, folks. But the point is that getting these minerals means maybe you can pull this off. Map split in half against a good Protoss player like Motive is. But it's still hard. It's crazy difficult. It's even crazy if you have one extra base up on the Protoss in a situation like this where the game is going late. The cost efficiency of the toss just goes up with the introduction of the Reaver. So we'll see what we get. I mean, I'm still putting my money on Motive here at 23 minutes. I don't know that Guardians are going to be any kind of an answer here for our guy Killer. I mean, the man could be making Devourers, but probably not. We don't really see Devourers unless the Protoss is for some reason going into carriers. Again, if they're on Outsider or if they're on Nemesis, for example. A nice consume on an Overlord there. Plaguing the Reavers is good. Oh, Archon, Zealot, High Templar, Reaver, guys. That is an intimidating comp for sure. I don't even know what you do to defeat this as a Zerg. Drop! Huge drop in the main base of Motive. Dark Swarm is up. The production is in a lot of trouble here. We're trading that middle hatch for the destruction of... My gosh, the robotic support bay might actually die. This is huge. These gateways could die too. The response of Reavers is pretty good. There you go. Bringing Reavers in to fight this. Cybercore dying is pretty good, I guess. Oh, Ling's just fighting these Archons in the middle of the map as best as they can. None of these gateways have actually died. Okay, the guys are like, wait. We do want the robotic support bay because Reavers are hard for us to deal with. So let's do that. And sniping the Templar Archives is a high priority thing here too. He's trying to unload the Reaver and save these buildings, but it's not working out. Okay, and then he unload the Reaver, and he's trying to get a shot off before he has to load it back in, but it's not happening for him. Motive has got to be really salty right now that Reaver did not fire either time he unloaded it and tried to get a shot off on these Lings. This is way more effective than it has any right to be. You really want to Dark Swarm this if you're going to try to attack these cannons. I don't see... nope, there's not a guy coming. There's not a Defiler coming here at all. So, right, I guess. Are we just letting the main... Yeah, Motive is just letting the main base die, folks. Oh my gosh, the Hydra Graveyard! That is so many dead Hydralisks. That is so many dead Hydralisks right there. Oh my gosh. High Templar, guys. High Templar, everybody. They're good units. Okay, let's bring in some Zealots, and there you go. To help the Reavers out in dealing with this whole thing. Zealots, beefy boys. With 3/3/2 upgrades, too. I mean, shield upgrades for these Archons. +3 plasma shields. Trying to maybe go for another drop? No, those are empty dropper lords unless they... No, they didn't unload. There'd be blood on the ground. So, no, just kind of flew over that base for fake out drops, I guess. This Forge might die, but upgrades are pretty well done here for Motive. So, Now, when I said you need to kill a base killer, I didn't mean the main base of Motive. Most of his gateways are still alive. His tech died, but that's pretty easily replaceable. Big engagement, still at the natural base here. The High Templar turned themselves into Archons, which aren't as good in this situation. Plaguing up. Reavers and Storm and the Hydras again. Just trying to get hits off, and they do. You're allowed to get like 2 hits off, and then you die to a Reaver shot or a Storm, is what happens here. That Archon, okay, that Archon's gonna die. This Archon's gonna die to splash damage, if anything else. And, oh, Lurker Chan getting some work in there. 2 kills on that Lurker. Still firing away. Takes the Storm, gets wiped out. Where's the new tech? Yeah, so the new tech is down here. Templar Archives, new Cyber Core, a support bay. A new one of those would be nice somewhere. He's making more Reavers. Oh, he put it at the natural. The Guardians have arrived. What is happening? Oh, the Guardian Micro! Somebody asked me the other day, what's the win rate for Guardians on your channel versus Battle Cruisers? And I feel like Guardian win rate is lower, but Guardians are so rarely seen on my channel that it's not even a really fair comparison. This is a rarity in any matchup. We mostly see it against Terran, just as a harassing thing, less as a unit that is trying to win the game, right? Oh my gosh, can't meet meiosis. Our dude Killer's like, I need to be incredibly cost efficient to win this game, and that's going to require me to do spawn broodling. That's what we're talking about here, guys. Oh, this shuttle. Okay, never mind. There was no room in the shuttle. Okay, I was like, you didn't pick those guys up? Why not? Because there was no room in the inn. Okay, all right. So look, Motive loses his natural base, his robotic support bay for the 2nd time. All of his production is now dying. He needs more gateways coming up in this bottom right, and he is. And again, as a Protoss player, you do this all the time against Terran. So Motive is not worried about this at all. He's like, fine, my main base is mined out anyway. I can make new gateways in the bottom right. I've done this against Terran players 87,000 times in my life. So it's 198 to 153 supply. Killer is up, friends. And, man, Guardians, huh? I mean, as an answer to Archons, it's not terrible. Nice plague on that shuttle. Where did our Guardian boys go? And they could wipe out this entire base. I don't think there are any High Templar here at all. I wonder where that shuttle went with all those High Templar in it. I can't imagine they tried dropping here because there's no workers there. I mean, all the workers are down here in the bottom left corner. And accessing that with a shuttle is going to be pretty difficult. I mean, look at that. There are Scourge waiting for that. Killer is prepared for that eventuality. Oh, there actually is some evidence. Is some evidence of a storm drop here. So, okay, the drones come back to work. Still 57 of them. I guess you could kill this base with guards. I mean, just killing the Reavers would probably be worth it with the Guardians. Where did they go, by the way? Guardians? Guardians, though, where did you go? You were right here. You were alive. Oh, here, I guess this is what's left. All 2 of them. Did they wander into cannons again? Probably. That's something they really like to do. Okay, so at this stage, we're going to look at spawn brooding on High Templar. We're going to look at plagues. I don't know why Motive would be sacking probes at this stage of the game, but he sure is. I guess he kind of figures that he's not going to get them down to the bottom right anyway, and he only has one base mining regardless. I guess he has this one too, but that's pretty oversaturated. He's got 55 probes on 2 mining bases, so yeah, he doesn't need those probes. He needs that supply for better stuff right now. Reasonable. So yeah, this center mining thing, plus some cost-efficient spawn broodling stuff. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. One more hit. That would have been 2 Reavers down and a shuttle. Why is he coming up this way? I guess he's maybe trying to scout and see what's going on inside his main. Oh, there's not even any reason to be here. Okay, just taking a safe path down to maybe pick up some of these probes. Sacking these probes might be okay too at this stage for Motive. So we're doing some parasites. 8 more mutas are being produced. That has to be for more Guardians. Mutas against this many Archons and this many High Templar is not going to work out. He's like, okay, I can spawn Broodling the High Templar, but the Archons are the trick here. Nice, huge flank surround there with the Lurkers on the right and the Hiders on the left. Trying to target fire. Never mind, everything's dying. I'm like, try to target fire, but then your Zerg units explode because they are weak and fast. It's how this works. He plagues, again, the Archons, but some High Templar too. They don't have a lot of HP, but the less HP they have, the better it is for everybody here. Okay. Oh my gosh, I could have sniped that shuttle. And they do get 2 of the shuttle. The 3rd one stays alive. Center hatch. East kaput. Spawn Broodling on the High Templar. There we go. Queens doing what they were built to do 10 minutes ago. They finally have the energy, and they finally have the upgrades for it. God, these Hydras just not being controlled whatsoever. Archon army hanging out center of the map. We are producing more High Templar. We are researching Scarab damage. We're getting Dark Archon energy. So maybe a little Maelstrom today. Man, RJB knows how to pick the bangers, dude. This is a great PvZ. Really, really fun. Let's see what we get. Let's see who comes out on top here. Like I said, I think Motive still has the advantage just because he's had more income today. Ooh, 2 High Templar sniped and the Queens get out of there. That's bonkers. That is exactly what the Queens need to do. Get a Spawn Broodling off, flee. Guardians, pre-split. There are no High Templar in this group. 2 more are coming to join the party. And they do have energy for Storm. But suddenly, Guardians, reckon your Reavers. Gotta pick those up. Gotta get them out of there, man. Are you serious right now? It's a Maelstrom and a half. No, Maelstrom has not been researched yet. Good snipe on that Dark Archon. Storm dodging as well as they can. They're Guardians. They're slow. Their acceleration is bad. More Spawn Broodling. More Queens getting out of here. Killer is implementing the strategy that young Falcon thought was the best one in the history of StarCraft by bringing Queens into it and sniping those High Templar. I'm like, Zerg's great if there aren't any High Templar running around, and young Falcon was right about that. These probes transferring through this absolute bloodbath of a battle is hilarious. The Guardians come from the backside. They help the Hydras win that battle, but they are injured. They are hurt. These High Templar are brand new out of the gateways, but they're putting in so much work here too. 139 to 117 supply. It's too close to call right now who's going to come out on top here, but Queens say eat some storms. They do have a little bit more HP. Okay, well, okay, maybe not against like multiple storms. They parasite a shuttle, and then they spawn Broodling. Did they parasite a shuttle? I feel like they parasited a shuttle. And they're spawn Broodling those High Templar. That is 150 gas. Motive is not swimming in gas, you guys. Guardians did not micro that time. Another High Templar gets sniped, though. This is a crazy good epic level game. Epic, epic, epic coming at you. Motive is running out of gas quickly. He's got double assimilator rolling. Is he still getting? He's still getting gas from this base, which means you're returning 2 gas per trip because these are expired. Long depleted here at the 35-minute mark. More mutas being produced for more Guardians. Man, if Guardians were just a little bit more maneuverable, they would be actually violent in this game. Good storm drop and catching a Queen with it. No. But the drone deaths are absolutely disgusting. These, what are you doing? Scourge, kill that. He's too busy massing up here. He's not even focused on defending his drones in that position. Guess he's not as worried about it. Okay, parasites. There you go. A Reaver. Puts it in a shuttle. Oh, see, now the Scourge finally show up and chase that away. See, that now Killer has the awareness he needed. I don't know if we need to kill a Motive before he mines these bases out. I think it would be good for Killer if he does. Alright. Oh, the Jukes! The Jukes are so good, bringing an Archon along, too. To protect the shuttle. Oh my gosh. Alright. Alright. Sunken, helping against this Archon a lot. Okay, that was big. Any big-time, big-ticket Tier 3 unit that dies for Motive right now is ginormous. He parasites that shuttle. Okay, there we go. So now it is parasited. It's carrying a parasited Reaver inside it, and now that Reaver gets parasited. Dude, the parasite usage here is so cool. Out of Killer. I love this from him. He's just spawn ruling Zealots? Okay, I mean, yeah, if Motive doesn't have the gas to make High Templar, then getting Zealots out of there with spawn brooding is also pretty good. Ah, plagues both the Reavers. One of them is already plagued, but the other one wasn't. Welcome to Plague Town, buddy. Okay, I love 2 Guardians with absolutely no attack upgrades, plinking away at Archons, dude. Plink, plink, plink. Don't wander into cannon range, guys. Plink, 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 plink. Oh my gosh, the Archon got too close. But then you're running into Lurkers. 146 to 145 supply. It's not incredibly desperate times yet, but it's getting there. That rear shot is big. Lurker goes down. We're trading Scarabs for Lurkers here. That's good maths. More Guardians join this party. Where are the High Templar? He cannot afford to make that many more High Templar. Is this depleted? That one's depleted. That one has 800 gas left in it. Dude, stop taking cannon hits. You're killing me, guys. Come on. You are Guardians. You're not supposed to be doing this. Another Storm Drop? Great, whatever. Killer doesn't worry about those. I'm not going to worry about them either. Killer, again, continuing to mine from this setter. He knows it's important for him. Motive has a ton more minerals than he does. Oh, High Templar taking hits before even getting a Storm off. Okay, does force them back. He consumed a Hydralisk there for that Plague. Nice. He doesn't catch the High Templar. Okay, more Lurkers dying. 172 to 146 supply. Motive I think just needs to be cost efficient at this stage and hold on. That's what he needs to do. I don't think there's any world where he moves out and kills bases until Killer has exhausted himself of everything that he has and his bank is gone. Then maybe we start moving out, but that's when Killer's going to tap out anyway. So I remember when I was like, I don't see a way Motive moves out, and then Motive totally starts moving out as soon as I say that. Yeah, Spawn Broodling, Zealots eating it, Queen's eating it too a little bit here. Spore gets sniped down. What a weird engagement this is. Cracklings everywhere, catching those reinforcements. This base of Killers, I don't know that he can afford to lose it, but at the same time, I'm not sure how much it matters in the long run if you're losing these Reavers. Okay, Reaver pickup, pretty hot. Reaver dies anyway, though. Archons die. This Archon's got 19 kills. He's going to go out swinging, man. 22 kills on him. 23, 24, 25. Maelstrom gets tossed down on those Hydralisks. Archon goes down. Zealots go down. I don't know if Motive achieved what he wanted to achieve with that attack. I don't. I think maybe he wanted to kill that hatch, but he lost so much stuff. Yeah, more Spawn Broodling. I mean, obviously, Motive feels like he can still make High Templar. It's just they are dying a lot more easily than they usually do. Okay, do not die. You're going to die to a cannon, bud. Careful. Careful about wandering into cannon. There it is. There's that wander into cannon range. Guardians are dumb. He's going to end this with Guardians. Okay, more Guardian shots. They're taking cannon hits. But Motive down 136 to 114 supply. All the cannons at the front are gone. That protection is no longer afforded. Do you think maybe making Corsair, remaking your Corsair ball would have been good for a situation like this? Zealots on the run out. Maelstrom catching those Guardians. Cracklings with Lurker support. The Maelstrom Storm combo is pretty good. Lurkers dying. Still some Lurkers here. There's still some Reavers and some cannons back at that base, so don't run it. The Lings getting out of there was exactly what they needed to do. Oh, this is awesome. This is definitely an epic game. Do we still think Motive can win this from this spot? Well, the Guardians just died, and Killer does not have a ton of cash to remake those. So, yeah, Motive can definitely still win this game. Okay, more spawn broodlings. How much gas is left over here? Depleted. Okay, we're working on depleted assimilators all day right now. I mean, is it worth it to kill those assimilators just to slow down the gas income of Motive even more than it already is? Reaver picked out. Okay, that Reaver got picked out too. That's big. Losing 2 Reavers is pretty much as big as losing like 5 Guardians. So that hurts Motive, and now I think Killer's back in the lead. Those Reavers dead. Dark Archon snipe. Yeah, High Templar down. Obs picked off. Obs picked off. Obs picked off. Those are gas too. God, he's making a new Obs. He'd rather use that gas for things like High Templar and keep his Obs alive, but he needs them as he's going to fight these Lurkers. Look at this. Look at these Lurker spines. Free hits. Okay, it's 2 Lurkers. It's not the end of days here. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, this base dying again. This base has died several deaths so far today. Lurkers need to burrow. Lurkers need to burrow. Lurkers need to burrow. Lurkers need to burrow. Oh, the probes were coming to take your minerals, and they got absolutely sniped out there. The drones are getting massacred too, though. 19 drones to 39 probes at this stage of the game. Okay, Motive. A lot of his army is army, and a lot of Killer's army is queens right now. And a Guardian. He's got a weird unit comp. He's mining center as desperately as he can. I don't know how many times I ever say mining center in my casting career, but good grief. Has Motive broken out? Is Killer dead broke? These Zealots are such a problem. So they're just, yeah, spawn broodling. They're taking Dragoons down. The Zealots are still a major problem, though, and look at this mining from Motive, and he's going after Killer's last source of income. Motive, have you pulled it off? Have you pulled off the win of the century? It looked so bad for you there, but look at him go. Wait, hold on. The probes are getting harassed as they're trying to super long distance mine here. Center hatch down. Queens are spawn broodling as much as they can. Why are there drones down here? I don't even know why there are drones down here at all. Killer does not have the money to rebuild a new hatchery. Moda doesn't have the money to build a new Nexus. This Guardian's like, I guess I can 3-shot probes? Yeah, 3-shotting probes is good. Trying to pick off Zealots here. You're going to get stormed for his trouble, though, because this High Templar has a mission on his mind. 6 drones remain. Crackling Lurker with a little bit of Guardian support here. I'm not sure, and that's it. Motive GG's out. And Killer is our winner in 43 minutes and 42 seconds. What? What even happened there? What in the... what? I don't even... I mean, Killer... So yes, all these Zealots are dead. The Guardian, combined with these 3 Lurkers and 2 Hydras and 10 Cracklings, are enough to kill these Zealots. And they die, which means these probes die, which means there's no more income for Motive, which means Killer, yes, Killer has to crazy long distance mine at all to get any income, but he can do it and Motive can't. So future income here, and Motive just didn't have anything left, man. He is pretty much broke. These zealots represent a vast majority of what he has. Maybe there's a High Templar back here. Maybe there's some cannons, but cannons never won a game at this stage of the game, that's for sure. Wow. Actually, I do need to see exactly what motive had. I just need to check, guys. So hit that like button if you enjoyed that one. I don't even know. As a Zerg player, do you even feel like you won that game? I'm not even sure if that's a way you can feel. Wow. Guess we can watch the minimap for a quick recap on some of the game anyway. Okay, so then we go play. And yeah, there's 2 cannons back here. There's a shuttle. There's a High Templar, right? So yeah, these probes all die. The center base gets wiped out. More drones die because Killer doesn't run them from this giant, scary army. Oh, the Dragoons dying are so big, too. And now, if there are no Dragoons out, suddenly Guardian's awesome. High Templar considers moving up and storming this dude and then kind of falls back to the safety of the cannons. Okay, and now at this point in the game, this is where this engagement happens. Okay, so these zealots are all going to die. Great. What is left? There is 1 High Templar back here with enough energy for a storm. I think there's a Reaver? There was a Reaver, right? Where did that shuttle go? I totally lost track of it. Shuttle. Did Shuttle die? Oh, no. If Shuttle died, I can maybe understand this a little bit better. No, there was a Reaver here. Okay. All right. Well, if you want to find out what the Reaver is, stick with me for a second. Also, I'm on Instagram these days, if you want to follow me at instagram.com/@falcon.paladin. Because there's some college kid who took the name Falcon Paladin. He's just like posting his adventures at college, and it's like, that's cool. It's kind of weird, but I'll allow it. Not mad. Okay, so here it is. Okay, we're just going to follow Shuttle Guy. Wait, there was a Reaver too. Okay, here it is. We're going to follow Reaver Guy is what we're going to do. Right, this all happens. The spawn broodling on the Dragoons is awesome. No Dragoons means the Queens have almost full autonomy to go wherever they want. So Reaver is here. Immediately fires up, uses like the remaining minerals that he has to try to do this with a wing and a prayer. Okay, fine. Kills. Nothing. Okay. He's over here. Right, we saw this happen. Okay, takes some hits on the Reaver. Reaver's alive. No! Oh, yeah, Reaver is alive. Right here. Reaver's alive. He snipes 2 drones there. Good. And then he goes over here. What happens to this dude? Where does he go? Okay, he's here to defend the long-distance mining efforts. Oh, Scourge wipe him out. Okay, that was anticlimactic. That was entirely anticlimactic. Yeah, so it's a High Templar and some Zealots, all of whom are dead for motive here. Lurker crackling against Zealot, man. GG. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I mean, let this be a lesson to you Protoss players. Don't ever just let your Corsairs die. It's good to have them around, right? For situations where your opponent decides, I need to make up Guardians for some reason. Why am I going to make a bunch of Guardians? Because you don't have any Corsairs, right? It's Corsair, or it's Guardian repellent is what they are, man. Shoot. All right, man. That was great. Like I said, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, etc., etc. If you're still here, you probably enjoyed that one. 434,000 points to 436,000 points here. Good grief. Outproduced by 3-1. A 3-1 kill-death ratio. And then the kill ratio was a 3-1 as well. So, I mean, this was as even as a game can possibly get. Killer killed 77 buildings today. Again, Protoss is used to that. And look at this number. This is an outspend. This is an outspend by the Protoss player against the Zerg player, and the Protoss player lost. This is an utter rarity. This never happens in StarCraft. Rarely happens in StarCraft, because we're looking at it right now. So, I kind of hate to say it, but the cost efficiency of those queens and the way that Killer used them, right? A lot of players will send the queen in, spawn broodling something, and have the queen sit there and die. But if you bring it in, spawn broodling, and immediately make a hasty retreat, you can escape from anything. And that's exactly what Killer was doing. It was awesome. So, that allowed for the cost efficiency. I really think that's the case. That's a big part of it. But that's nuts. That is nuts that Motive outspent Killer today and lost anyway. And yeah, look at that. Out mineral mined because of that center base. Look at it. I mean, it's the center base. He mined more minerals than, 1,000 from there, but that helped. So, GG. That is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.